Hi everybody, good morning, welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. How are we all doing? I hope we're doing well with that, the cat's clearing off. Yeah, bit of a bonus video this morning. We're going to do a shelf video, shelf number 23 of the collection. Not done one of these for a good while. Just been busy doing other videos. I try and upload midweek and weekend. I don't want to oversaturate you with content. Just a couple of videos a week I find tends to do the trick. But my friend and subscriber John, he reached out to me in the week and said that we'd not had a shelf video for a while, and the videos he enjoys, and any chance we could crack on with them because I've been procrastinating. So yes, John, this is just for you, well, for everybody else as well, but for especially for you, John. Shelf video number 23. I've got me brew, so let's crack on. Right, the first few you've probably seen on the end of the last video because it's been a while. I've put stuff away, so I've shuffled things across, so you've probably seen the first few before, but if I can't remember which ones I've shown, I'm damn sure you lot can't either. So anyway, let's crack on. We've got Snitch, a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson action film, which I've seen and recall very little of, to be honest, so it can't be that memorable. Snowpiercer, a futuristic end of the world Bong Joon-ho film about these people on these trains, the last people left on Earth, and they're circumnavigating the world constantly on this train. Yeah, good film, that one. We have Soul Survivor, one I watched last year, a very good little made-for-TV film about a ghostly crew of this bomber that's been shot down in the desert in World War Two. Yeah, enjoyed that. That was very enjoyable. Oh yeah, definitely shown this one last time because I remember actually Jim commented on the video. Song of the South, a very rare one to be able to find on DVD, Blu-ray or whatever because of the so-called subject matter. Some like it hot, top tier. Billy Wilder, Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon. Don't know if Sam's seen that one. If you haven't seen it, Sam, that's another good one. Sophie Scholl, yet another, I wouldn't say enjoyable, it's pretty hard to watch, about a true story about a woman and the resistance against the Germans by the actual German citizens themselves during World War Two. Yeah, very good film, that one. The Sound of Music, very, very long, not nearly normally my type of thing, but it's all right. Southern Comfort, is it Walter Hill? Yes, Walter Hill directed a very, very good film set in like the Louisiana marshes and boglands, you know where I mean. Yeah, bit deliverance type army film. Yeah, good that one. I keep saying that one, Dan. I good that one. Southpaw boxing film with Jake Gyllenhaal, Forrest Whitaker, Rachel McAdams. It's been a long time since I've seen that. I remember it being not too bad. The complete series of Space 1999, or as my French mate Amin calls it, Space Nifty Nifty Nuff. Kubrick, Spartacus. It's decent for me. The lower end of a Kubrick rating. If I was to do a Kubrick rating video, it'd be down the lower end. Yeah, it's all right though. Just all-time classic action film with Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, speed, balls to the wall, metal to the whatever. Good stuff. Right, we've got Speed Racer, a very good racing film, very cartoonish like. Been actually a while since I watched that one. That's due a rewatch. Any fans of Speed Racer? Seven Psychopaths. I haven't actually seen this, and I must watch it because I've only ever heard really good things about it. I know Sam watched it and really enjoyed it. I mean, great cast. Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, who always steals the show and everything. Woody Harrelson, Christopher Walken. I must get onto that one. The Spider-Man trilogy, the first three Sam Raimi films. They're my favourite Spider-Man films. And you've got Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man No Way Home. I might have got these mixed up in release order. And Spider-Man Far From Home. I can't remember which was first and which one was last out of them two. I haven't seen the latest one. So, yeah, somebody let me know down below which is the one that I haven't seen. Yeah, I've not seen like a multiverse one, wasn't it? Yeah, I've not got to that one yet. This is Spinal Tap. The sequel came out last year. Not seen the sequel yet, but the first one, classic, and goes all the way up to 11. Split, really, really good M. Night Shyamalan film. I'm split with him now. Part of the trilogy with Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. Is it Glass? I think it was Glass. I like all three, actually. A lot of people didn't like the last one, but I quite enjoyed it. Then we've got Spring, a very, very underrated horror film that best to go in knowing nothing whatsoever about it, and it will surprise you. I really enjoyed that one. Spy Game, again, one I haven't seen yet. Robert Redford, Brad Pitt. Really like Brad Pitt. Robert Redford, we lost last year. Yeah, another one I should get round to watch. The Square Ring, really, really enjoyable. Basil Dearden directed, I think 1940s boxing film. A network release there. If you're watching Jim Jam, that's one. The remake of Stagecoach, which I haven't seen, seems to be a bit of a theme on this shelf. But what I have seen is the absolutely brilliant original John Ford, John Wayne, absolute classic, one of my favourite westerns. Brilliant, brilliant western, that one. Next up, Stalingrad, a balls to the wall Russian-made version of that battle. Yeah, really, really good. An underrated little action film, Standoff, with Thomas Jane and Lawrence Fishburne. Brilliant action in this. Yeah, great action film. Recommend that one if you haven't seen it. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Oh, I bought this last year. I've not got round to it yet. I should watch that, actually, because I've heard really, really good things about that, and I do like Ty Sheridan as an actor. Yes, I should get onto that. And now we've got the 1930s A Star Is Born with Janet Gaynor and Frederick March. Like that one a lot. And then you've got the 50s, I think, version with Judy Garland and James Mason. Maybe my second favourite of the four. And then you've got one that I really need to rewatch this because I haven't seen it for years. The 70s version with Streisand and Chris Christopherson, which I know it's due a rewatch, but it might be the one I like least out of the four. Then, actually, my favourite of the four, the one from a few years ago with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Completely blew me away. I thought the chemistry between Cooper and Gaga was absolutely off the charts. Yeah, brilliant film. One that rising up in my favourites list. Then we've got classic sci-fi action Stargate. This is the only thing I've ever seen in the Stargate universe. I know there's lots of sequels and TV series and God knows what else, but I've only ever seen the original film, which I quite enjoy. I know James is a fan of the series, but yeah, never seen it. Classic sci-fi, Starship Trooper, very meta, doesn't take itself seriously, and absolutely brilliant. Star Wars box set, we've got the 3 prequels and then the 3 originals: The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars, I refuse to call it A New Hope, it's Star Wars to somebody my age. The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. Obviously the OG trilogy is the best, but I actually quite like the prequels as well. They're cheesy, I know, but they're good fun. Then we've got The Force Awakens, the first of the more modern trilogy. We've got The Last Jedi. And we've got Rise of the Skywalker. I know people hate them, but I don't mind them. They're all right. They're obviously not a patch on the originals, like I said, and actually they're not as good as the prequels, but I can watch them. You've got Rogue One, the sort of spin-off film, which was actually very good. I did like that one. And Solo, the Star Wars, the Han Solo film. And I thought the guy they got to play the young Han, what was his name? Aldrin Ehrenreich. I thought he was very good in it. Did look like a young Harrison Ford. Thought the casting was on point. You've got State of Play, a good thriller. This is Russell Crowe, Ben Affleck, Rachel McAdams, Helen Mirren. Yeah, great cast too. Another good action film, Stealth. Josh Lucas, Jessica Biel, Jamie Foxx. I did have a mate who was a stealth bomber pilot, actually. He got the sack because he went for a cup of tea and he couldn't remember where he parked it. And then you've got Still Alice, a very heart-rendering film. Will tug on the heartstrings, even the old Tin Man. Straight Outta Compton. That's another one I should get to, not seen it. I bought it because it's got Paul Giamatti in, and I do like Paul Giamatti, but I hate rap and hip-hop and trance or whatever else is on this. So, yeah, that's what's always put me off watching it. Strange Darling. Watched that recently and really, really enjoyed it. Good one from about 22, 23, something like that. About 2 or 3 years ago, wasn't it? Strange Days, a really, really good sci-fi film. Then we've got Stratton. Bought this recently. Fan of the director, so I should give that a go pretty soon, actually. Dominic Cooper. Then we've got Striking Distance that Carlos sent me. Thank you, Carlos. I hadn't seen it until Carlos sent it me, and then thoroughly enjoyed it. A very underrated Bruce Willis film, in my opinion. St. Vincent, decent comedy with Bill Murray, Naomi Watts, Melissa McCarthy. And one of the best films, I think it's 2024 now, it's over a year old. The Substance with Demi Moore and what's her name, Margaret Qualley. Yeah, really, really good sci-fi. I haven't watched it on the 4K yet. I watched it on Fire Stick Plus, so I must give it a rewatch on 4K to see what it looks like. And then to round off this particular shelf, we have Suburbicon, which I don't think many people like it, but I do. I kind of dug it. Matt Damon, Julianne Moore, Oscar Isaac in a thriller. So that is it in a nutshell. Shelf, what was it? 23, wasn't it? I think it was. Yep. Thanks for watching. Sorry, John. It took me so while to get another shelf video out. I'll try and not leave it so late for the next one, but I can't guarantee it. Next week, I've had a couple of packages, so I'll highlight that midweek and then back to the weekly watches at the weekend. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. And why wouldn't you? Like, gives a thumbs up. Apparently it helps the algorithm, so the boffins tell me. And have a really good weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday for the weekly watches. Goodbye.